What is going on, Carlos?
Hey, what's up?
You
All good, all good.
sexy mother, you sexy mother effer.
No, no, just say father, sexy father.
Sexy
Dilf,
father.
Dilf.
I don't know if I'd call you a dilf. Maybe other people would.
Oh, I always wanted to be called a Dilf.
You've been that way for a while, huh?
Yeah.
You've been a dad for how long?
20 years. Yeah,
20 years, huh?
she turned 20 last month. But I'm a new dad again, so he's turning Huawei 16th of October. So he's 6 months in 4 days. No, in 3 days. 6 months in 3 days. He's got a tooth coming out, so he's not in a good mood. Yeah, apologies if you can hear in a minute, but he's asleep right now. I
I
just
know
put him
how
to
that
sleep.
goes. I know how. Man, my boy's 4 and he still can't sleep through the night.
Yeah, I hope he does. Yeah, he's okay at the moment. It's not too bad. I think it's been a bit different this week because he's been ill and then his teething really bad. He's coming through now. So he keeps waking up, but it's not too bad. He goes back to sleep straight away. Jenna just puts him on the breast, and he just like twang,
Know what that's
sleeps
like, man.
again.
I can
Well, I
relate.
don't. I never had the breast, so what did you breastfeed Klaus?
No, I'm talking about the other end. Know what it's like from River's perspective.
Oh, I see. I see. I see. I
We got
got you there.
Mahesh in here. I don't know if that's
Wow.
your Mahesh though. It's asking where you're
Uh,
from.
I don't think that's Mahesh. Mahesh. Our Mahesh. I don't think that's our Mahesh, but hello, Mahesh.
Yeah.
I'm from Portugal.
From Portugal. We're going to talk about how you've slept with hundreds of women.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, I didn't count, but yeah.
you don't have a Rolodex or
Yeah. Oh, Rolodex. I always wanted one of them, not for those purposes, but they looked cool in the movies back in the old movies.
I
Yeah,
had one in my day of sales. And we would
never,
organize it by business cards and just go through my
n-
Rolodex and
never had one, man. It's a very
oh,
American thing,
we're
I
getting people shitting on us. Tony says they must have been blind.
think. Well, you'll find out.
Carlos was hanging out at the school for the blind and deaf. It's the
Oh
only way
my
he
God.
could see over there. But
Well,
you learn sign language.
let me help you cross the road.
Stop in my car. I'll get you there quicker.
Yeah. Oh, well, someone's gonna call me like Ted Bundy in a minute.
Yeah. Well, you haven't killed anyone that I'm aware of, have you?
Well, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Well, today should be a fun episode where, of course, if you haven't already realized, we were talking about Carlos's sex life and what that led to. And it is not clickbait. Of course, Carlos did not keep track of everything, but he has uh, developed quite the Rolodex. And we're going to kind of talk about it a little bit. But first, what do we do, man?
We watch some viral videos.
Watch some viral videos. All right, guys, what do we got? Hopefully, they're all PG-13. I no
Yeah,
telling what Mark's pulled up with this this
yeah.
time.
Let's see. Let's see.
Risen up the baddies.
Are we supposed to read?
I guess so. I can't read. I'm illiterate.
I know it's like too quick for me. my dyslexia.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, but where you get that?
What?
Where you get that?
This?
No, the beautiful outfits here. Yeah, you're very gorgeous. What's your name?
Thank you. I'm Scarlett. I'm leaving though.
Dang, you leaving? Dang, is there any way I get
Her
your
name's
number?
I'm Starry.
No, thank you.
Dang, are you good?
Was that
Oh,
your pickup
shit.
line?
Here we go again.
Oh, it's definitely not my pickup line.
Where you get that?
Get what?
That beautiful smile of yours? Yeah, I thought you were very gorgeous. What's your name?
My name is Shaylee. What's your name?
Shaylee? Roosevelt the third.
Roosevelt?
Yeah,
Third?
yeah. Yeah, is there any way to get your number?
What?
Is there any way to get your number?
Yeah, sure.
All right, bet. For sure.
That was easy.
Wow. Can't believe that worked.
Yeah.
He must be a good-looking dude.
Where you from, though?
I'm from Madison.
Oh, Madison? Oh, okay, bet. Hey, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I seen you over there. I thought you were very gorgeous. Hey, what's your name?
Maria.
Maria? Nice to meet you. My name is Roosevelt the third.
I mean, my advice to guys, not that I've picked up any girls in the past 20 years or so, is probably don't approach a woman in a dark area by her car. It's probably
Yeah,
not the best place to do it.
you might get maced
but-
and
It's
then
very-
arrested.
yeah, that's a very. What was your pickup line?
I have no idea. It's whatever happened at the moment. To be honest, sometimes I just used to. I'm not that smooth. I suppose, whatever happened. Someone just looked and I would just approach, introduce myself, blah blah blah. So what are you doing? Like normal conversation. There's no. I think being funny helps if you're funny. Helps. But yeah, a lot
You're
of
not funny,
times
Paul, so I mean, like,
I can be sometimes. Also happened that way around, and I just got picked, like I suppose. And you just know when they start touching the hair, getting all, you know what's up.
I think that
Anyway.
was always my problem. Like, I could not read women. Like, I could not tell
Okay.
if they're interested in me or not, if they're eyeing me up.
Yeah.
I batted probably like 1 in 100 with like 1
Yeah.
in 100. It was not a good thing for me.
Dude, I don't think I could date nowadays, to be honest. I like when I see like Jenna watches these dating things like on TV, and I sometimes go across and I catch like some snippets of these things, and I'm like, what? People just talk to each other like that? I just can't. I don't think I would be able to get anywhere.
Well, I don't. I
nowadays.
think you probably be fine. Like, you just use the apps, right? And then people will
Yeah.
accept you because they probably want to think you're real though, with like a lot of your photos.
Yeah. We can talk about that further in. Let's watch another video
Yeah,
because
next
I think
video.
that's part of the conversation.
Maybe that's it. We just got one viral video.
A prison officer in the UK has been arrested after a prison officer in the UK has been arrested after this video. And we're only going to give you 10 seconds because after that, they smashing asses in here. Now, the video and others were shared of her having sex with an inmate. According to the Metropolitan Police, they didn't have to go far to find her because she was already in custody after being arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. We have with us here tonight to talk about this. See how we had to stop.
That couldn't have been like, did he really say like smashing asses?
On live TV in America, I don't know. Anything's possible.
Now, the video and others were shared.
Was
An
Fox
officer in
26.
the UK has been arrested after this video. And we're only going to give you 10 seconds because after that, they smashing asses in here. Now, the video and others were shared of her having sex.
If that's real, if he said that on live TV, that is amazing.
That's more crazy to me. Like, that's more crazy to me than like the video. Some news.
I know.
They're just talking about smashing asses.
That's a very common thing, to be honest. Police officers or not police officers, prison officers having sex with inmates. It's kind of a thing that's very known of, especially around here.
Yeah, I think that video got to my feed. I looked into it, of course, doing my due diligence and my research. And I think she's got like an OnlyFans or something. It was like a ploy to. It wasn't like it was intentionally released. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Nothing's real anymore. You gotta. You can't trust anything. Everyone's pushing their OnlyFans. Which reminds me, if you haven't subscribed to my OnlyFans yet, it's onlyfans.com/Bandholz. I got the best.
Imagine there is actually one out there, and people now are gonna go and look for it.
We got like AI. They got AI me doing all sorts of unsightly things.
Imagine that.
All right, next one. What do we got?
Smashing asses. Let's go.
This is where he's a tourist and all the girls think he's good looking.
We can't hear it.
¿Qué más? ¿Todo bien? ¿Qué haces? ¿Cómo te llamas? Eres de aquí, ¿no? ¿Cómo te llamas? Cubana. ¿Qué más? ¿Todo bien? Yo soy de Sudáfrica.
Sudáfrica.
Sí, pero vivo en Colombia.
¿Para dónde vas ahora? Colombia, wow.
Boxeo.
Vamos a la escuela de boxeo.
Sí.
¿No quieres una chica?
No, todavía no. Falta.
Amiga.
Coño.
Casa
Ahora
sola, vivimos solos, casa sola.
¿Dónde vas a estar?
Mira, vamos a la escuela de boxeo y viramos. Y regresamos.
Ok. No. Ahorita voy a hacer...
¿Tú no tienes teléfono?
Sí, tengo.
Qué rica está.
¿Viste? Ahora sí te encontraste dos muchachitas lindas, ¿ves?
Dale, toma. Listo, nos vemos.
Gracias,
Chao.
bueno, me llaman.
Ok. Diablo.
Wow. You must be really good looking, eh?
Well, I mean, they're prostitutes, right? No?
I know. I think so too. I was about to say, obviously they're working girls.
Is it really that hard to pick up a working girl?
No, you just ask for their phone number.
I liked how it had a little TikTok warning on there that said if you try to do this type of activity, it could result in bad things.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we just.
It was never that easy for me. It was never that easy, that's for sure.
No comment. Baby all up, bros.
Yeah.
Someone's been to Diddy's parties. Dreadful next been to Diddy's parties. Oh god. It's just a joke.
You're making sex dolls here, huh? That's it?
Oh, I'm so confused right now.
Have you ever bought a sex doll before?
No.
You probably found that because of your title.
Yeah.
You started searching for sex dolls. Hey, here in Austin, Texas, Fleshlight is headquartered. So you'll get people that like worked at Fleshlight, but they have like a different trade name. And I don't know. Can you imagine like building a resume and is like, made the uniform dragon dildo that sold 10,000 units. Like,
yeah.
I made
the Eiffel Tower, 5 foot long. Yeah, that must be fun to have that on your resume. Anyway, Marks, what's happening? Uh-oh. I've seen so many of these lately. God. That's good. There's been some crazy ones.
Waking up after
Yeah.
Diddy's party.
That's good. That was a good one. I don't know. There's so many good ones out there about Diddy right now that are just so funny. I think 50 Cent is just enjoying life right now, laughing so bad.
What
well.
did he have a feud with Diddy? 50 Cent?
Yeah. I think
I'm
we
not-
talked about this in one of the other episodes. I told you there's this big picture of Diddy riding his bike and smiling, and then a comment of 50 Cent comment saying, "You know why he's smiling? There's no seat on that bike." That made me crack so bad. That was such a good thing. Yeah, I don't think they like each other very much.
Yeah, 50 Cent was married to Chelsea Handler. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, we're going on a tangent. I
Yeah.
don't think anyone cares about our knowledge.
Cares
of 50
about
Cent.
yeah.
What we got? We got a couple more. We got any good ones? It's a touchy subject. No pun intended, huh? Got my Beardbrand Yeti.
I got mine too, but I'm not drinking coffee, so mine is in the
Too late.
kitchen.
A little too late for you.
A little confused, but I think he just lost everything, and then what the hell was?
Well, yeah, well, he just couldn't handle losing everything. He wanted to try to win it back, so he had to get more money.
I thought he lost it all.
Lost it all, yeah.
I'm pretty good at blackjack, huh? Pretty good. Make the bet. Good bet.
That's your shit, sir. Have a good day.
I'm Sam.
Sir, no more blackjack.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm talking, bro.
Okay.
I'm talking with him right now.
Oh, you're talking with him?
Yeah. Don't you see me talking?
But me not talking with him?
No, I already told you. Call it a night. I said I'm talking to him.
Yeah, but I wasn't talking to him.
No, I'm done talking to you.
Yeah, you're done talking to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like gambling. That's
Me
not.
too. I'm not a casino guy, so
I'll do like a $20, $50 round of poker, and where that's all you can lose, and just hang out with your friends and stuff like that. To me, that's like the same amount I'd pay for dinner and movies or a couple drinks or something. But
you mean $50 at least?
20 or 50, yeah, $20, man. Like
No, we
cheap.
played was 50. Always 50.
Those games that you played were 50, but I'll play cheap games, man.
All right.
I won't go down to like pennies and quarters and nickels. That's kind of, I don't know.
That's played beans. Beans, dry bean.
Yeah, I mean, like enough to just where you can buy, like, because what we did, we went out and got pizza afterwards. Just buy everyone pizza and whatever the money is for that. Not to like win or get addiction to the winning, to get that feel to that winning.
Yeah, it's good to win, but yeah, I agree with you. $20, $50, and then like we did, and then we all went and had some pizza and stuff. That was fun. Those poker days were fun.
I mean, they're great for me because I always win. It's not even gambling when I play poker with you. It's free money, man.
Yeah, I'm not a very good player. Not very good. That's why I don't play.
Let's get into our quizzes. Don't you think?
Let's go. I think it's you first this week. I'm not sure, but whatever.
Well, we'll spill the beans. Obviously, today we're talking about Carlos's hundreds of women that he slept with, but why did he sleep with hundreds of women?
To feel better, I suppose. Chasing a buzz. If you're familiar with my life story, I was addicted to drugs. So this was way more after when I stopped the drugs. So I replaced one addiction for another, basically. And to put it into perspective.
So with that, my question is, what are the 3 types of addictions?
I was going to ask you a similar thing.
Good thing I went first.
Okay.
This should be easy for you.
It should be, but I forgot. And you know what? Repeat the question again.
What are the 3 types of addictions?
Types of addictions. I mean, physical, behavioral, and emotional. That's what I had for you.
Oh, okay. I got a different answer, but I'm sure I got behavioral is one of them.
Yeah.
And then physical, I guess, is they have it as substance addictions.
Yeah, so it's physical.
Which is physical. And then the third one they have is process addictions, which is like where you get addicted to the process of something like workaholics, exercise.
Oh, I don't have that one. I have like emotional mood swings and feelings of hopelessness, basically mental health.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like an addiction though. Like, are you get addicted to?
Well, you have like food addiction, like and anorexic people and bulimia and all that stuff.
Yeah. Isn't
that
that like
causes
that's a
all of these?
behavioral though one though, right?
I mean, I would think so, but my AI is stupid because
which AI are you using? ChatGPT?
Let me see. Recommended AI. Yes, he used ChatGPT because I got 5 different types of AI on this thing.
Yeah, I was using Grok for mine, and the response didn't make sense to me, so I switched.
It
to
does
Claude.
make sense. Claude makes.
Yeah,
I have Claude here as another recommended AI. I didn't use it. He just went for ChatGPT. Anyway, yes, I agree with you. So I'm going to ask you a different question.
Okay.
And the question is, name the 3 causes of addiction.
Childhood trauma. There's only 3 of them.
Not like that. Like, how am I going to explain this?
Like hormonal imbalance?
No, like, there are 3 factors for addiction. Like, okay, I'll give you one of the answers so you have an idea. Genetic. Yes. Right, yes.
Okay.
And then you can name 2 more.
Well, I mean, so you got genetic, habitual. I don't know. Is that one?
No.
Loneliness, boredom.
Yes, that comes in. Psychological factors, which is that mental health disorders such as depression, blah, blah, blah. There's one more, which is, I think, the one that caught me when I got into the drugs.
Is curiosity.
Yes, but there's a.
I don't know. Tell me. This doesn't make sense to me.
Environmental influences like peer pressure, stress, exposure to addictive substance behaviors from early age, blah blah blah. Which is basically I think that was my one.
Yeah,
it's from an early age.
So mental health. So mental health, environmental, and genetic?
No, mental health is psychological factors.
Okay,
Mental
psychological.
health, yeah, and
So that's where the
environmental,
childhood trauma would be.
yes, environmental influences, peer pressure, stress, blah blah blah, that sort of stuff. I think I was a bit of psychological, childhood trauma, and peer pressure.
I mean, like, addiction's like an interesting thing because I feel like everyone probably has something that they do more than normal.
Yeah,
And then at what point does that become like an obsession
yeah,
versus an addiction versus just passion? You know, like,
yeah. That is the thing. I think it's hard for people sometimes to notice themselves. That's why people get carried away with substances because, like, you can have a drink and you can stop at that one drink. Some people, once they put that one drink in them, then there's no stopping. But for them, it's fine because they still work, like functional alcoholic until it goes all down the
but it
line.
doesn't always go all
Um,
because like
it
I
goes,
know people who you know drink regularly and like you can
Mm,
clearly see that they need to have that drink after work. Um,
right.
but there and maybe that one drink becomes like 2 or 3 every single day,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
never
yeah,
going to affect their financial situation. And then, they've developed a tolerance to it, so they're never like stumbling
yeah,
around drunk. And then
yeah,
yes, like alcohol is a poison to your body, so eventually you're going to suffer some consequences, but that's kind of like, sometimes you
yeah.
do, sometimes you don't. And then
I wouldn't say that person is an alcoholic. I wouldn't say that person is an
you want to
alcoholic.
call
It
them an
might be some.
alcoholic.
I don't think so.
But I mean, like,
I
they
mean,
have to
you
have that
can.
drink. They have to have that drink, though. Like, they have
Yeah.
to have
So
that routine.
So someone one time put it to me when I was working in the field and in that field, the addiction. And someone once said to me, I was talking about my uncle. My uncle only drank on the weekends, but he drank to. And this person said to me, your uncle is an alcoholic. He's what we call a weekend alcoholic. He doesn't touch drink during the week, but on the weekend, he loses it. He just goes boom, like crazy the whole weekend. So that's called a weekend alcoholic. So someone that drinks every day, but it's a function as job, blah, blah, blah. I would say that's a functional alcoholic. Like a friend that you just talked about. I have loads of those friends. And then you have the function alcoholic that it's not there yet. Like he drinks every day when he goes out after work, blah blah. But when he gets home, and then he becomes a proper alcoholic when he gets home, starts drinking on his own, and starts hiding it
Yeah.
from their friends, from all that. That's when you become an alcoholic, and things start going. You start, I don't know, losing your health, I suppose. Maybe some financial stuff, friends, family, and you'll start having these weird blackouts and waking up in random places,
Yeah. Like,
or on your living room without what the fuck happened.
so, I mean, I feel like it's, you know, like we all have our addictions. Like, every single day I have a cup of coffee. Like,
Yeah,
and I'm definitely happier when I have my coffee, and I'm grouchy and not when I don't. But it's not at any point of detriment one way or the other.
yeah. I'm like that when I don't eat.
Yeah, so it's like,
You know what I
we have
mean?
an addiction to food, like so like it's kind of like part of me is like, you know, let's not say everything's an addiction because it loses the meaning for people who are struggling with
Yeah,
addiction, like where it's a hindrance. Like I almost feel like addiction should be something that represents negativity in their life. And even if you can function but still have negativity, right?
Yeah.
Not clear, you're not present with your kids because you're a little bit drunk, or you don't sleep well, or you're a little more grouchy, like those small kind of things for like a functioning alcoholic. Yeah, but like, I don't know, because it's,
I mean, I see your point, and I don't know if that would simplify or complicate things even more. But I mean, it's what it is. What, like, society's already established what addiction is and what it is, so what isn't. And that I do believe obsessions can become addictions. They might be healthy or unhealthy. Like me buying, I don't know, like CDs to an extreme that I'm running out of space. It's an obsession, but it became an addiction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
but like
healthy,
a
it's not
professional
unhealthy
athlete,
because,
like a pro athlete, the amount of time, energy that they put into the sport, it's for their career, but also like they have to be obsessed. Like
I
anyone
agree.
at that level is obsessed for what they're doing.
I don't think all the athletes are, but most of the athletes, especially the ones that do very well,
Like
exceptional.
Jordan, Brady,
Yeah, exceptional.
Steph
They are
Curry.
addicted to winning, addicted to be the best. Like those guys are addicted to be the best and pushing themselves to the best of themselves. But they also need someone to compete against, not just themselves. Like Jordan had Larry Bird, So there's always someone like Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. These two just been competing for 15 years in football, soccer. So those guys, they definitely have an addiction for their thing. They want to be the best win, which is great. That's healthy, man. I don't see that as unhealthy. As long as you don't kill anyone in the process, it's fine.
Well, I mean, like Novak, the Joker, and Nadal, and it'd be interesting because like Nadal just said he's retiring, right?
Yeah, he is
So
this year.
like
Yeah.
he's
End
not
of the
going to
year.
have that same like long time rival that he's had.
Yeah, and I'll probably give Novak is getting injured quite a bit lately too. I give him maybe another 2 to 3 years max. He's still young in a way, but all these young kids now, like Sinner and Alcaraz, they starting to really win against them major tournaments. So I reckon he's getting injured. He's still a great player. He's very much the top of tennis. Yeah, still. I mean, but Sinner is number one right now. He's playing really well. But anyway, we diverting from the topic. Yeah, look, I have lots of obsessions, and I sometimes question myself: am I addicted to these? I think I do take the thing sometimes to an extreme, with buying stuff, for example, to collect, and then I catch myself, dude, you shouldn't be spending this money on these.
Yeah.
You have a kid, and especially now.
Is it like
So, yeah.
clothes? I know you're into watches and cars, but
No.
where do you end up?
So I've got like lots of bottles of whiskey.
Yeah. Do
Stored.
you literally collect whiskey?
Yeah, the only whiskey that I know is going to value a lot in the future.
Oh my God.
That's my justification. So that's my justification. So
But like you'll never drink it because you're an alcoholic.
Well, yeah, but I have no intention. It's to sell.
Yeah.
In the future. So every time I get an email, like for example from Macallan, which is obviously one of the most expensive things, and to enter the ballot, you've been invited to buy this, and I'm like, this rare, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm trying to justify a way, find the money to buy it. Obviously, I'm not doing that now, but I did it a little while ago. That was the
I guess
last
people
one I
could do
bought.
that with wine, because you have like seasonal varieties and.
Yeah, whiskey is more valuable than wine, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whiskey is more valuable than wine. So I've got a few bottles there. I mean, what I paid for them, they're worth some of them 10 times more. So it's my pension. That's what I see. I was trying to sell some because I'm trying to buy a house, but I think it's too early to put them through auction. So
I guess the nice thing about whiskey is you can liquidate them.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
You can
But
always
yeah,
justify it.
but so let's go back. You said watches. Yeah, that was another addiction. I was just buying watches all the time. Yeah, and then I sold everything. I kept two watches. I kept two luxury watches. Let's put it that way. And I sold all the rest, man.
Like, how many would you get up to? Like, how many watches would you have in your collection?
I think there was a point I had. I don't know. I have pictures of the boxes. Probably had about 16, 18 watches.
Yeah.
At one point.
And they're all like more than $1,000 each, right? So you got like
yes,
$30,000, $40,000 in watches.
I had about, I think it was about 80K in watches at one point. Market value, not I paid for market value.
Right.
Yeah, and then I sold all that, bought the cars. That was another obsession, which kind of spiraled. And at one point, I had like 3 cars parked outside, and yeah. So I find myself doing these things like I do it with anything, I suppose. I do it with work sometimes. So it's just happens. I just take things to an extreme sometimes.
I really don't have that problem. Like, it's like when I love cars. Like, I'll spend way too much time on YouTube watching car videos. And like there's certainly like a list of cars that I'd love to have. And then what I do is like, I don't know if you remember, I bought that Volvo 240.
Yeah.
I also bought the Nissan 300ZX with the intention of like, fixing it up or restoring it or, just like memory lane or whatever. And then it's like $1,000 here, $1,000 there, yearly registration, insurance. I'm like, it's just not worth all the hassle. Like, it's just like, even if it did like double in value or whatever, it's like, I just don't like all the paperwork associated with cars. Just
Yeah.
like, so if I got into watches, it would be like the annoyance, I got to go to the watch dealer and sell these watches, or I got to list them on Chrono 24, take pictures. It's just like all this work. I just don't want to deal with it. Even though I can appreciate the watches and I can appreciate like the value of it and building a collection. It's just more of, and maybe like I'm fortunate, like I like stocks because it's like I can just click a button, I can buy stocks, I can click a button, and I can sell stocks.
Yeah, but
whereas
that
people
was
get into
another thing.
Oh, you got
That was
into
another
stocks?
Yeah, I told you about it. But I have nothing now. I lost quite a bit of money on one about, I think was 5, 6 years ago. And then I lost some money on another stock, and I was like, fuck, I'm not doing this ever again. And I just stopped. I made good money at one point, but yeah.
To be fair to my like stock buying strategy is just to get ETF funds and not look at it. It's just like, so it's not like this game. Like, I do think a lot of people get into effectively like trading stocks is a gambling addiction for some people.
I agree with you in a way. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. I made some good money, and then you kind of think, oh, I can put some back in this, and then all of a sudden they delist, and you're like, fuck, where's all my money? You fucking thieving bastards. But yeah, same with Bitcoin, man. I invested some Bitcoin, made a little bit of money, but then it just went fall. As soon as it goes back up and I get back to my money, I just take my money back and I don't care. I can't be bothered with keeping an eye on this and da 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 and da da da. So I just took my money out, and I've got no investments. Stopped the whiskey investment too. I was supposed to go to Scotland. Is it next weekend, next Saturday, or the Saturday after? No, the Saturday after. And no, I was supposed to go to Scotland to speak with these two guys that do these. They hosted a party and they invited me, but they do competitions. People buy raffle tickets to sell to win bottles of whiskey. So I was going to propose a collaboration where they sell a few for me and we split the profit. Because I want to get some more. I'm going to leave some for later for my.
Do you know the Whiskey Tribe guys?
Whiskey
Tribe.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Okay. You should do a collab with them. Talk whiskey.
But I don't drink it. They smell it, they drink it and all that. How am I going to do that with them?
I mean, well, you can just talk about it from like the value standpoint, like what's going up, the market from it.
Through the market, yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know them. I introduced him to you.
Yeah.
He came to the office.
They're here in Austin. Yeah, they're here in Austin.
Yeah, he came to the office.
But
yeah,
I mean, I don't know if they ever produce content on like the investment side of whiskey.
Yeah, I don't think that's their type of content, but that's what I was thinking. But yeah, anyway, moving on. What else? Shall we talk about the main?
No, it's sleeping with hundreds of women.
The reality is this: I'm an addict, and the process since I've been in recovery, it has been a catch-up game for me, especially in early recovery. Would take me longer to realize I was substituting the drug for something else, and it happened, like I said, with CDs. It happened with coffee, by like going for a coffee shop at the same coffee shop all the time. It became I had to do it. That's stupid. Like that's so
coffee, like if you're going to get addicted to something, I feel like coffee's the one to do.
Well, I am. You know me. I drink.
But I mean, it's like you spend $3 or $10 a day.
Yeah, I spend less than that now on coffee. I don't drink coffee out. Very rarely drink coffee out. Very rarely. Only if I'm on a road trip and I have no choice, or if I'm with a buddy that want to have a meeting in a coffee shop. Let's go for a coffee. The rest, I just drink coffee at home. Don't buy coffee anywhere else anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway,
of all the addictions, it's pretty affordable and relatively good for your health compared to all the other substances.
Yeah,
alcohol,
I agree.
tobacco.
Agree.
Heroin.
But yeah, I'll say so. Early recovery,
but you didn't realize that your sex addiction was an addiction. Like it took you a long time to figure that out.
It took me a little while to realize, but deep down, I think I knew. I just thought, nah. I just kept like justifying it to myself
because you weren't promiscuous when you were an alcoholic, were you?
I mean, I don't think so. No.
Yeah. So it was only once you quit.
I mean, obviously, I dated girls, but I always had girlfriend. Like I was in relationships. I wasn't really. Maybe at school, there was a little period of time that my friends and I, like younger age, we used to like date a few girls, but nothing like that. Nothing like now. Definitely after recovery, straight after I got out of rehab, that's when it happened. It just spiraled. It was. I mean, actually, when I left, I was so scared of even talking to a girl. But once that fear, like once a girl talked to me, it just opened the door, and it was just like I remember I used to walk down the street with and I don't not saying this because I'm big-headed or to big myself up, but I was walking down the street with my sponsor. He's like an old school English school teacher. He's like back then he was I was in my 30 early. Well, I was 30, and he was probably 60. He's a good-looking 60-year-old dude, like nice hair, nice beard, and stuff. And we were walking
Like
down
Greg.
the street. Yeah, maybe not as good-looking as Greg, but well presented and talked very well. He was a womanizing back. Well, he dated a lot of women. Let's put it that way. When in his alcoholic days. But anyway, he used to say to me, "I'm never walking down the street with you again. No one looks at me anymore."
I don't know. I like it because I get grouped in by association. It's like when I'm hanging out with you and Greg, I'm like, okay, yeah, like.
I found that so funny. It's like the way he said it was just so funny. But yeah, man, things just spiraled once that fear broke, like from one girl, it's just. And I didn't want to be in a relationship because in rehab they tell you, hey, don't you emotionally very fragile, so don't get into any relationships. They have a saying which is get a plant, get a pet, and then maybe get into a relationship. I had plants, I didn't get no pets, and I moved on. Well, I didn't get in a relationship straight away. But yeah, so it was just, yeah, man. I got to the point I was just chasing that buzz of sleeping with someone different. There were days I was sleeping with 3 women at different stages, obviously, of the day, not all together.
Never all together. You're never an orgy guy.
That's a different story. We're not going to talk about this.
Well, it's like like it seems like a lot of work, to sleep with 3 people in one day. Like,
I mean, do you know what? Do you know how it happened? It would be one was already there overnight, so woke up there in the morning.
Okay.
She would go to work. One would text me, "Do you want to grab something to eat for lunch?" And I was like, "Yeah, cool." We always ended up doing something. And then later on, I would go to a meeting and meet someone else, and we ended up going to my house. That's how it happened. It was not like I was looking for that, but there was always an opportunity there for that. It was not like I was like, "Oh, I have to go," and well, maybe sometimes I did text someone when nothing was going my way, I suppose, or by chance I would text, "Hey, do you want to meet up?" And yeah, it would happen. If one said no, there was always another option. That's when I think it's probably an addiction, and I didn't see it back then.
Yeah.
And when I did, when I did, I kind of. The thing is, I was also on so many dating sites, man. That's how I met my wife. On a dating, I think it was something to do with Facebook on Instagram. That's how I first started talking with my wife, Jenna, and then we.
I thought y'all met on Instagram.
Yeah, well, it was through some dating thing, I think, connected to Instagram. They rolled something like that out. I can't remember the name, the exact name. It was either Instagram or Facebook. But then we did chat through Facebook and Instagram for a couple of years before we ever met and hit it off and got married. But yeah, dude, it was crazy. Go on.
I would say the things that would probably be the hardest addictions to deal with. I mean, I imagine they're all hard, right? Especially when you feel like you just can't not, go after something like a drug addiction. But like a food addiction where, like you have to eat to live. And let's say like, like you can't not put down a burger or whatever. I think of my addiction. if I have any addictions, of course I talked about coffee, but I think internet is and being online is probably one of those things that I've struggled with personally. Like I have a very hard time getting away from screens. I have a and this was even before cell phones. Like this was like I used to be a gamer in college. I would spend 40 hours a week playing video games. And then, yeah, like the first thing I do when I come home, get on the computer until I go to bed at night. You know, it's just like, or on the phone.
I
And
know.
the phone, the phone just makes that addiction
computer.
that much better, like, and you
Yeah.
justify it. It's like, oh, I'm learning, oh, I'm talking to my friends, oh, I'm
working.
yeah, I'm working, I'm decompressing. Like there's so many reasons to be online. And I enjoy it too. Like I don't feel like it's a burden. Like I enjoy being on YouTube. I enjoy chatting with people. I enjoy working, so it's but there's times where I'm like, man, I wish I was just more present with my kids. I wish
I
we
was
did
gonna
like board
say.
games. I wish I had, like, dinner. Sometimes we're good about it, but a lot of times, someone's on their screen at dinner time and, we have to forever remind ourselves to get off screens. But
That's just what I was about to ask you that. Like, what do your kids see about that? Because you are their role model, and Jenna and I've been talking about that, and we have this chiropractor for kids that we took River when he was young because he needed to be adjusted when he was born because of forceps. And she said, "Do you guys spend a lot of time on the phone, like when you walk in with them?" And so, and Jenna, yeah, I'm on my phone, like working when I was when not working, doing some of my private stuff. When he's in a carrier or stuff, or when he's in the buggy, I'm on my phone. And I said, "Well, I'm on my computer, on my phone all the time, so that's what I use for work." And she's like, "Yeah, you guys kind of need to cut that because if he starts picking it up, that's more important than them," and blah blah blah. I'm like, "Fuck!" It made me really think about it.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, we are the role model. So whatever you show, he's going to learn. So we're trying to not do that in front of him anymore.
I say like, yeah, I would say yes and no. Like, here's the thing with parenting for anyone else out there is like, my parents weren't on the screens all the time. So where did I learn it from? Like, like they were not a role model to be on the screen. So clearly, I picked up habits. Yeah,
You
I mean,
learned
I
you're
think
already an adult with.
Yeah, but I think there's opportunity to, feel guilty for the outcome of your kids when maybe you had like a little bit of influence, but at the end of the day, they're their own people and they're going to have their own decisions to make. And I think you're providing love. Like, I don't want people to. I don't want people to destroy their self-worth and their self-esteem over things that at the end of the day, like, you can affect your kids, but they're really their own people.
Yeah.
But yes, you should also be present with them when you're with them.
That's my point, because if I'm spending time on my phone while I'm with him, that means I'm not fully giving him my attention.
Yeah.
And that's the meaning I took from it. It's not because, okay, yes, he's going to probably have some feelings about it, but I'm not giving him my full focus, attention. And, I'm halfway there. And I did that to my daughter. My daughter still tells me about it. So do you spend so much time on the phone, on the computer like you did when I come to see you? So definitely affected that. I take that as it did. So I think that's the point, is the time you spend, giving the full attention to your kid.
I think it's, I think it's tough because, like, we're in the generation where it seems like, of my opinion, parents are spending borderline too much time with their kids, like to the point where kids don't have, not at River's age, but kids don't have that independence to like go out in the neighborhood and run around and get on their bike and have freedom, kind of that
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
to, or maybe even like 8 years to, 13 years old.
I agree.
And so like there needs to be this time where you as a parent are doing parent adult things and the kids are exploring the world and discovering their own freedom, and then be done with the adult things and then be present with your kids. I feel like that needs to be the goal, but it'll be less time, but more intentional time, I think needs to be the goal. But it's hard to do when you're working out of home because they see you there. And they don't like my boy's 4, he doesn't understand what work is. He doesn't understand like when I'm at a computer and I'm trying to come up with a video title or whatever the heck it is. He just sees dad there and he wants to spend time with dad. So it's hard for me to say no to that too. So it is like, times change. So there are different ways you got to do things, and it's hard, but I don't know, kind of segueing off of Dick.
No, it's all good. I was part of it, but yeah, I agree. I mean, end of the day, we all gonna find our own way of parenting. Agree or disagree with whatever. Everyone finds their own way. You take bits from here and there, but end of the day, you're gonna do it your own way. Anyway, I just wanted to go back a little bit because with all them people that I slept with, I know I've heard some of them people, and that's what made me realize, this is not on what I'm doing. Because some people, even myself, I caught feelings for some of the girls, which I told I didn't want a relationship. And there's quite a few of the girls that they start getting feelings, and the relationship's starting to get a bit weird. And what I would do is I would just abruptly just go, no contact, nothing, that's it. And I'll just cut ties because I was scared, because I was also getting feelings. And I think that was bad of me, and I wish I never done that, because I think that hurt these people, and it's horrible. And that's when I noticed this is not on, and that's when things start changing. It's changing, and I start looking for a relationship, and it's like I found one, and was it 10 years, 11 years together? No, so 12 years. I don't know, man. Lost count. We're definitely 7 years married. I know that.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh? I remember going to your wedding. It seems like not too long ago.
7 years ago. But yeah, I wish I could remember. I remember a few of these people, but they have boyfriends and husbands now. I wouldn't go there to apologize now, because I think I would do more damage than, good, or do more harm than good. Let's put it that way. So I just leave it. Yeah.
And I got what is it? What chapter is it in? Life is fluid and always changing. In my booklet, it kind of talk about. It's this line right here. Is it backwards?
No. Which line? The first or the second? If you want to know the future, then bring it to the present.
Yeah, if you want to know the future, then bring it to the present. If you want to escape the past, then leave it in the past. It's like, like there are bad things that happen to everybody. And, there are things that we aren't proud of in our past. But if we constantly bring it back to the present, we're bringing back that negativity too. So sometimes it's just like, that was the past me. That happened in the past. That's not who I am now. We'll leave it there. But sometimes you need that, that forgiveness tour where you like ask for forgiveness.
And you make amends. Sometimes you have to go and make amends, but there's always the right time for that. because some people don't want you to. They might not want to see you ever again. Other people might not accept it, and you're just going to go and do more harm than good. So, yeah, I agree with you. That's a good way to put it. You put in a good word in there.
Let's do. I don't know if we got any people in here. I don't think the stream got suggested to many people. I've been looking at our real time views, and it's not a lot of people. So if there's anyone out there watching us, thank you. Throw a comment in the chat. We'll answer it.
I've got Jared D. Do you people draw permanent
he's
cartoons
talking
on your
shit to
body
you,
like
man.
that? I know.
We got to call him a loser or something.
But they're not cartoons, by the way.
While we wait for any questions to come in,
Yeah.
we have fully launched all of our Pearl Snap products on Amazon. You can go to Amazon.com, look up Beardbrand Pearl Snap. You can get in the utility oil, utility balm, styling paste, and sea salt spray. I want to say some people have asked about the price change. We used to produce the white line exclusively for Target. When we ordered for Target, we would do it in much higher quantities, and that allowed for some economies of scale, and we pass those on. But now that we're selling directly on Amazon with our white line, the volume that we produce these products is not at the same volume. So the prices have been readjusted for that. So I apologize for those who are maybe on a tighter budget and the product no longer fits their budget. But at the end of the day, Beardbrand's not willing to sacrifice the quality of our product to hit price points. That's just not how we do things. So I would much rather keep the product at a high quality and raise the price if we need to than to drop it. So it sucks because I know we lose customers and I want to have all of our customers and serve all of our customers, but I do know that price can be a difficult thing for some people. So apologize in advance, I guess. But Godfather 150 is asking about the new scent.
Yeah.
Let me
about to say that.
I'm going to go grab something. You hold them over, Carlos. Talk to Godfather. Because I think like we've done enough emails. It's out in the public. So.
All right, cool. Okay. Yeah, we got something coming out very soon, and we got a few others in the works that I personally love, and I can't wait for us to put them out there. It's going to be a little while still. But yeah, next is it next month?
Yeah, we haven't announced the date.
No, this month.
Yeah. Well,
no
we
date
haven't
yet.
Announced the date yet. Still.
Okay.
Still, it's coming soon. So it is in the works. Carlos just spoiled a little bit, but let's see. This is the old one. This one was launched. So the new one will be much bigger than this. This is our 1 ounce packaging. So we're going to have it in our current packaging, which is 4 ounces. So we get a lot of it. It is Black Sails. Black Sails has been based on the feedback that we got, maybe a little bit of that, that twang you get up front has been like chilled out a little bit, but it's still kind of like we're calling it like Black Sails version 2.0. It's not an exact duplicate of what we did a few years ago, but it is very much Black Sails in a new way. So I'm excited for it. Like Black Sails is a very powerful nautical fragrance.
Someone's saying Cody Lynch still got his Black Sails utility valve.
I mean, when did we launch this originally?
Can't remember.
Do you remember? Was it 2020, 2021?
Probably, yeah, 20.
Yeah, so Charlie asked, so less briny up front. Exactly. Like that's what we kind of took out. That was the one thing where it was more of a love or hate, and then once it settles in, it's pretty similar. It's kind of like Temple Smoke. The change that we did with Temple Smoke was the change at the beginning of the fragrance, and then after it levels out, it becomes the same fragrance. So it's pretty similar to that version. When will it arrive? Carlos spoiled it. It will be this month, sometime this month, October.
Oh, I didn't spoil it. I said this month or next month. So you spoiled.
Oh, you said this month or
Don't
next
blame
month?
me.
Oh, I didn't hear it next
Yeah.
month. Yeah, it'll be this month. It'll be this month.
You just spoiled it.
I spoiled it. I spoiled it.
It's
I'll
okay.
take credit.
It's okay. I thought we weren't allowed to show it, to be honest, because Mike's
well, I
probably
mean,
going
this
to
isn't
kill you.
it. This is
Kill us both now.
Well, I mean, like you see the.
Hopefully, Mike doesn't watch the live anyway, so we don't tell him.
People put 2 and 2 together. It's not very hard to figure out. We're throwing pictures of skull and crossbones in the email list. It's out there. Do I have a container of the old white line compared to the new white line product size? Yeah. It went from 3.4 ounces to 2 ounces. Let me go get one of those jars. You got to hold them over. Send the questions to Carlos when I get that stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to read some comments. Basically, gold now. It's like 3-4 years ago. So yeah, I think it was 2020 when we launched Black Sails. The oil, the balm. I don't remember, man. I really don't remember. Is there going to be a return Beardbrand deodorant? We are working on some good deodorant, yes. A little bit different, which is exciting. I don't know how much I can say about it, but I am super excited about it because a good deodorant, it's something that I struggle to find. There's always something that I'm not happy about. So the ones that I tested from the one that we're working on, it's looking pretty good so far. So fingers crossed. Eric's back.
So this was the old packaging, 3.4 ounces. The thing is, like, glass is significantly thicker than plastic. I don't know if it comes across on camera or not. So the new one is the packaging looks a lot smaller compared to it, but it's 3.4 and it goes down to 2 ounce. And then our manufacturer has been filling it. You see the crystals that we get in there, but they've been filling it pretty high up as well. So I haven't melted this down, but I imagine if I melt this down and pour it out, it's going to be slightly more than 2 ounces. But the thinner wall is going to be advantageous, similar to like our aluminum packaging. You're going to be able to fit more product in a smaller footprint. So it's going to be better for travel. And that's the big reason why we did that. Best way to heat up old utility balms and glass. I did a video on this. Let me put the link in here. Let me find the link and I'll send it to you. Carlos, you talk to him as I find this video.
Oh, I talk. Charlie actually just commented, I helped test the deodorant along with some Alliance members. And it's going to be amazing. I wasn't a spray. Same. I wasn't a spray guy either. Always use roll-on or something like that along those lines. Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be super good. And what else we got? Pearl Snap's a great product. We all agree with that. So you need to go and grab some for sure. Godfather 150. It's like Ford 150, but Godfather. Is there anything related to that? What else have we got, Eric? Any new
The link
news?
that I had, he asked about for it in the glass jar. The video is in aluminum, but it's the exact same way. So whether it's glass or aluminum, that technique is going to work. Well, even for plastic, that technique should work fine.
Well, you just do a bain marie, right? Like you do when you want to melt chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, I just put it in water, and then just have
Yeah,
hot water around it. So
it's called
I want to
bain
microwave
marie.
it.
Bain marie.
Yeah, warm bowl of water. Remix. I don't mind the crystals at 4 minute because they emulsify real nice with our original formulation. But I can understand if some people want it out of there. Finally getting some people in here talking about the title. Came in a little late. Who you got there?
I don't know. Someone's trying to call me. Wow, the title. You missed the talk about it if you only just joined. What's going on? All right. My wife needs the baby car seat, so you're going to see my wife running in the background. Are you leaving out? Okay, cool.
Well,
going to a fun fair.
We Godfather says black sail should be a permanent scent. We have 2 openings for a permanent scent in the black line. So maybe we do make black sails a permanent fragrance. It depends on the feedback that we get from our customers and how well the product moves. So we've got a lot more, as Carlos alluded to earlier, a lot more fragrance options, limited edition fragrances, and those that do well and that customers really like and ask for, we will consider adding them to our line as a permanent addition. So I kind of want to get back to 3 permanent fragrances in the black line, 3 permanent fragrances in the beige line, and then maybe 3 fragrances in the white line. So kind of what we did in the past. So we'll see if we do that. And then he asks, is Blank Slate returning to Amazon? No plans to bring Blank Slate back.
It's been blanked.
It's been
blanked. Banked.
It's been slated. It is not slated to come back. People want 4 Vices back. Maybe. I mean, we'd have to. 4 Vices had oak moss in it, which means we have to reformulate it. So if we brought 4 Vices back, it would be a slightly different version of 4 Vices. Unfortunately, our fragrance house works with IFRA is like this international governing body of fragrances, and they effectively like banned a bunch of ingredients due to allergens. I personally lean into the camp of like, it's okay to sell products with allergens. Just let people know to skin test stuff before using it. I say this as a guy who has allergies to shrimp and crabs. Like, I do not want shrimp and crabs banned. Like, I think people should be able to eat it. I just won't eat it. And it's like, have fragrances that may cause some people allergens, but you don't ban it for all the people who don't have allergies to it. But that's a little bit of my rant about fragrances. We're losing a lot of really good notes, in my opinion, because of this, like really interesting fragrances. But fortunately for you guys who don't have allergies, like Beardbrand does not market, like allergen free or anything like that. So we prefer having interesting fragrances over being allergen friendly. Sorry for all the people with allergies. We'll just have more fragrances so we can find one that works for you.
I'm sure we will.
It makes sense. Like if you just have like one fragrance, you want that to be as accessible to as many people as possible. But like Beardbrand, right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different fragrances. So it's like if you have an allergy to one, we can help you find one that you don't have an allergy to. So nice. Godfather's been around since 2017. Tea tree and spice citrus are miss. Yeah, we got a lot of fans for those. We do have a like I would call it like not spice citrus 2.0, but one of our fragrances is like very much in the spirit of spice citrus, like a very like Christmas winter style fragrance that hopefully we'll get out there. And Charlie's asking for the update on the fragrances. That I've got a Tree Ranger, high end version coming in. It's coming in tomorrow, Thursday. So based on that, we'll make some decisions. Tree Ranger doesn't do well as a fine fragrance. So that's the big hurdle that we have right now is what do we do with Tree Ranger? So we'll see what these new versions are like, if they do well as a fine fragrance or not.
You got quite a lot coming in tomorrow. What do you mean, what I think?
What?
You got quite a lot coming in tomorrow, samples of new stuff to smell.
Yeah.
Lucky man.
I know. I can't wait. It's interesting to me, like for those who don't know, we already did a first round of like fine fragrance for True Ranger, but it was nowhere close to True Ranger. Like it was a nice fragrance, a pretty fragrance, but it was like this is not True Ranger. So it needs to smell like True Ranger, but elevated. And if we can't do that, then we gotta figure out how we market it, how we offer it.
Yeah, but you also got some of the new stuff that we're working on coming in tomorrow. So I heard.
Yeah, from our manufacturer. Yeah.
So that's exciting. I can't wait to hear how that goes. Yeah. Anyway, man, what else we got?
I think that's about it, man. We're over scheduled by 20 minutes.
I know.
Music's going. We know what that means.
I think Bart wants to go to bed.
Yeah.
Right, people.
Play the music.
For watching. Yeah.
There it is. Cheers. Keep on growing.
Hey, cool.